Number 14. A fire is sighted due south of lookout A. The fire is located negative 107.9 degrees from lookout B, which happens to be 6.8 miles due north of lookout A. How far is the fire from lookout A? Now we'll round this to the nearest tenth of a mile. So here's our drawing here, and we want to determine what is this distance. Now, because this is, they were talking about due south and east and stuff like that, um, we can use psi y cos x tangent as y over x because this must be a right angle. If A and B are on a west-east line, that means this is east of the other, and the fire is due south, then this case has to be true. That angle A here is 90 degrees. So since I have a right angle, I could use psi y cos x tangent as y over x to solve this. All I need is the angle on the x-axis, which means I need this angle right here. Well, since this is 107.9, this angle would be 180, because every angle or every straight line adds up to 180, minus 107.9. Again, the negative just means we're going downward in direction, but that's really not very critical to this problem. So if I come over here, I take 180, and I subtract the 107.9, we find out that this is 72.1 degrees. That is the angle right there. So now that I know that that's 72.1 degrees, I could solve for this piece. Now this is a vertical piece, so I'll call this a y. And they gave me an x here. So whenever we solve, I want y over x, and that's tangent's relationship. So I'm going to use tangent of 72.1 degrees equals the unknown y over the x, which is 6.8. And this is a good shape here because we want the unknown on the numerator because it makes it one step to solve. We'll just multiply by 6.8. And I'll put the x there to make it more clear that it's multiplication. So I go 6.8 times tangent. That's really ugly. Let me try this again. 6.8 times the tangent of 41. So here we go. 6.8 tangent of 72.1 degrees. I'll make sure I hit the degree symbol down here in the pi button, is 21.053. So it says round to the nearest tenth of a mile. We just determined that this is 21.1 miles. Now we could check this in doing it a second way. I used psi y cos x tangent as y over x, but as we've learned, you actually don't have to use that technique. You can actually always use law signs or cosines as well. This one, what I'd be looking for is, do I have a completed set? Meaning, do I have the side and the angle across from it? They gave me this side. Do I have this angle down here? No, I don't, but I could quickly find it. All triangles add up to 180 degrees. So if they add up to 180 degrees, and I know that this angle is 90, and this one's 72.1, I subtract those, I could come up with what this angle is here. So we'll come over to the calculator. 180 minus 90 minus 72.1, that is 17.9 degrees. And since I know that, and this is a completed set between these two pieces here, I can use the law of sines, as shown here. So I'll just say sine of 17.9 degrees over 6.8 equals sine, and since I want the y, I would use the angle across from it, which is 72.1, over the y. You could use insolve to solve this, but the math related would be cross multiply and divide. So you'd cross multiply, and again, you could use insolve if you so desired. You'd have y times sine of 17.9 degrees equals 6.8 sine of 72.1 degrees. And then finally, last step here, as I'd come back, I would divide by sine of 17.9 degrees to get our answer. Oops, forgot the sine. Sine of 17.9 degrees. If I type this in, I should get the exact same answer. So let's come over here and we'll try it. So I'm going to do a fraction, 6.8. We want sine of 72.1 degrees over sine of 17.9 degrees. Make sure we hit the degree symbol every time. enter, and it is in fact correct. So this is two different ways of solving the same problem.